I watched a lot of videos of American men who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. They got divorced, moved to the Philippines, and married beautiful Filipino women. And all of them are very happy, happier than they've ever been in their lives. Some of these men marry Filipino women who had children. Philippine women and women in other countries are so great and wonderful that many men from the West, America, and Europe do not mind if she has kids. Now, many American women or women in the West are going to say that I am implying that women overseas are better than most American women. No, I am not implying that women overseas are better than most American women or women in the West. I'm stating this as a fact. Most women overseas are better than most American women or women in the West. After I watch videos where American women are saying stuff like the following: they want a man who is emotionally intelligent. They do not know what emotionally intelligent means. They cannot give you an example of what emotional intelligence is. And they themselves are not even close to being emotionally intelligent. Or they may say they do all the mental load in the marriage. American women use all of these buzzwords and they even do not know what they mean. If they realize what they are saying, then they will realize how dumb they actually sound. So even with children, many women overseas offer more to a man compared to women in the West or women in America who have no children. What all these men have in common is that they all married the same type of woman in America. The first couple of video clips shows this type of woman. The next video clips shows what Philippine women have to offer. I also want to add is that what they do not tell you about their ex-wives. The older a woman gets, or their ex-wives, the more mean, callous, and resentful they become, especially if their ex-husband has moved on and is now remarried. They become angry because life has not worked out the way they envisioned. They cannot take accountability. They cannot admit that they were wrong, that they were the ones to blame for their failed marriage and not their ex-husband. I've seen it so many times with the women in my family and some of my female friends. They blame the man for it all. And yes, he may have been an asshole. However, with all of the men, within 1 year after the breakup or the divorce, they met another woman, married her, and all of the men have been happily married for over 20 years. Where with the women, they have not been able to make it work with any man. One of the video clips I used in another video, but it supports this point very well.
Will you take your husband's last name?
I'm not sure.
What? You want him to feel like the hero in your life and you won't even take, you're not proud to take your man's last name?
I haven't met a man who is worthy of me taking his name.
He would be your husband. This would be the guy who you will marry.
I don't know. It depends what his last name is. If it's like
really
weird.
Holy smokes. Why would a high value man want to marry a woman who won't even take his last name? Why would any man want that?
I don't
That's like the most humiliating thing in the world.
I didn't realize that it was so humiliating. I mean, I'm definitely open to having a discussion with the man that I fall in love with. I don't think that like me and you would be a match. I don't think that you and I would be a match, and that's totally fine.
Any traditional guy who's filling even a remotely patriarchal role that you're describing, like, is going to want a woman who would be proud to take his last name. That's like a given.
You said that you want a man to be a leader, right? Mm-hmm. Do you want to get married?
Yes.
Will you take your husband's last name?
I do the hyphen thing.
Who has final say when it comes to household decisions? Who's the head of the household?
I would love it for it to be both of us. But
this is exactly what I'm talking about. Equality only when it benefits you. So you want a guy to adhere to his traditional gender roles, lead, pay for the first date, but you don't want to adhere to what would be a very traditional thing, tradition, taking the man's last name in the case of marriage. That is traditionally what women do.
And we were together for 7 years. Together we have a 5-year-old daughter, a 3-year-old son, and he just went on a vacation with my kids and his girlfriend. And on social media, he posted that they were together out as a happy family. I'm glad that they had a great time, but the word family just doesn't apply here, and I'm a little upset that that's what he put out there.
Yeah, the word family does apply, and maybe the part you're having trouble with is the fact that we are happy, Lindsay. That's how a family should be. That's not how we were, but that is how I am now with my current lady, and we are a family together with not your kids, with our kids. It is a family. Thank you.
I mean, do you like your kids get to see a happy couple, though? That's not a bad thing for them to see that.
Of course. I'm happy for them to see a happy couple together, functional families. We don't want to see dysfunction, but they're not a family. I mean, she's a side chick. And now she's been around for a year.
We're way more of a family than you and the parade of dudes you got going through your house.
Okay, well, we don't want to go there, but the thing is, I see your point, because maybe he didn't need to put it on social media. Is that most of what's bothering you?
That's mostly what's bothering me, yes. But if he's put it out in front of social media, and if he's talking in front of our kids like that.
On the same hand, as he could probably post it using the word family. You know what I'm saying? We're out here on vacation having fun. Look at my kids enjoying themselves. You don't need to use the word family, Kevin.
Exactly.
Listen,
or a parade.
Why not? Why not? It makes the kids feel normal. And, like, by the way, Lindsay, I don't have to tell the kids about the parade of dudes. They know.
Okay.
Why can't a man post a picture of his own kids to Instagram? Is she really going to get that jealous over her own family?
This for too long. I find women to be mean as hell. I'm sorry.
Really? Oh my gosh. Am I mean?
Oh yes.
Jasmine, are you mean?
A little bit.
Yeah, you might be.
I'm straightforward too.
Yeah.
I'm in your face and on your word, but I'm not mean.
Okay. Are you aggressive?
No, I'm assertive.
Okay.
I'm not aggressive.
What's the difference?
Well, first of all, your intention.
Okay.
In assertiveness, it's about dominion and accomplishing a particular thing. And aggressive, it's about control and getting what you're going for.
Okay.
And there's a difference. One comes from the head, one comes from the heart. Assertion comes from the heart. Aggression comes from the head. And it's ego and control. And women today, I find, certain generations of women today are extremely aggressive, unkind, unloving, and mean as hell.
Oh.
You ain't all that. You got a PhD, you got a master's, you got a bachelor's or whatever, but your mindset is still girlfriend at best. Versus the women who don't necessarily have all that bachelor's, master's, the women who prioritize relationship, those very women who laugh at those women who ain't out here achieving what they are, those are the women that get married and go off and live a life, and they're like, well, he married a secretary or this or that. No, he married a woman that was prepared. She was prepared, and she continued preparing.
With a Filipina, the more children you wake with her, and the better you treat her, it's like she turns on and she becomes an even better wife. And you're like, well, how'd this happen? It's like, this is working perfectly. It's like using Microsoft XP. It just gets better. You're like, wow, this is great. Everything's good with her. I'm just saying it. I would say that the happiest time I ever was with a woman was probably with a Filipino. Yeah, just to be honest, it was good.
Wow, looks like these women are number one. I think they need a lot more love. Filipino women. They got that peanut butter brown skin. You know, I love that peanut butter brown skin feel, like that golden complexion. When it shines, brother, when the sun hits that golden complexion, oh Lord!
A lot of Japanese men really prefer Filipinos over Japanese.
Like, what age would you like to get married?
I would not honestly have an age preference because I do not decide that. It's a man's job to decide. Like, I don't come up and here's the ring, this is the specific date. I'm more of like the submissive in the relationship where I let the man decide when to have kids, when to be married. I was just brought up that way. That's like how that's the dynamic I saw growing up. So I don't think that's my job to know when. He is like my perfect man. I will let him marry me on his time, on whatever time he wants to marry me. It's not. That is a normal answer.